Guillaume, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm thinking with this, when we're getting, so for instance, with get loan requests for the user, for the request, I mean, they have in the struct there, they have the item address and the borrower address, so the one that wants to borrow it. But so if I want to get the requests that are for things that I have, so for my books that I have on my shelf, the owner is stored within the items. But how do I get all the items to go through them and see whether or not I am the owner of that item? Like there are no links.
Right. So what you want to know is how to get all the books,
No.
all your books. Okay, so that there needs to be, I think there needs to be in this zone a link from your address, your agent address, to the books you own.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what get my books is gonna use actually.
Mm-hmm.
So basically you're using your agent address as your anchor.
Mm-hmm.
And that should be defined in the entry definition of a book. Definitely.
Of a book, yeah. So
Yeah.
the book should also create a link of the link type has book or something.
Right.
When you
Right.
do create book, you should have that as a function that creates a link.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's the way to go.
Mm.
And actually, it's the same for loan requests. They should have a link to the, I think, right? Because there's no way. Yeah, otherwise it gets a little complicated. That's interesting. I don't know if this should have a link to the agent.
The
That's
loan request.
interesting. Yeah, I think it should definitely have a link from the borrowers in case in the future you want to see the state of your loan requests, the ones that you made, and maybe not right now in this prototype, but in the future. I don't know if the other way around. So should this loan request be linked from the owner of the book? That I don't know. I think it would be definitely useful. Yeah, I think it should have, because then you have to get loan requests. Yeah, there should be a link from the owner of the book to all the loan requests that request that book. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when you create a request to, so in the function request to borrow, it should also create a link from request to owner of book of
Actually,
item. Yeah.
I think the other way around. It's interesting because now we don't have the information. Yeah, let me think this through. Not exactly sure. So the item address. I just okay. So what I'm struggling with is that in here the request to borrow, you actually don't know how to find the owner of the item, because you don't know you're dealing with books, and inside books there is the
There's an
book
owner.
owner. Yeah, so you actually can't do it like that. One solution would to add the owner address inside the loan request.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have to validate in some way that that owner is like owns the item, let's say. And another way to do it, which I think it's quite nice because it would demonstrate breaching between zones, is to call the books zome a, a function, let's say is owner, and
Mm-hmm.
ask if this or get owner and ask for the owner of the item given an item address.
Mm.
That could be fun, demonstrating breaching, and it's easy to do.
So we would get owner from, and so every zome that wants to implement this loans zone. So everywhere you want to use this loan zone, you've got to make sure that the item that you want to loan also has the get owner function for it to work. No?
Right. Yeah. That's one way, and another way is to let's see, to create the relationship of ownership in this zone, but I don't see an easy way to do that because you don't have the answers here. Let's see, because I actually don't want to be creating functions and functions in zones just for it to be compatible, right? I'm struggling with this. So the easiest option to go that route to do the breaching, yeah.
So
I think so.
So to have a function called get owner in the books zone.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I can share my screen. Something like oops, let's see. Okay. Get owner book address, and that's an address. Get owner, and the result is just an address that will represent the user, something like this. And then let the request to borrow function call that in order to make the link. Right. I think that's the best option. And this would demonstrate the breaching between zones as well, so I'm happy with that. I don't know what's your opinion.
Yeah, it sounds good to me. Yeah, I was thinking of how to do this, but that seems reasonable. It's just something that you have to make sure that you implement if you want to use the borrower, and it's reasonable
right.
to have to make sure that you are following some sort of protocol. No?
Right. It's like declaring an interface. If you want to be compatible, just implement this function. And actually, a function should be like this: get owner. Okay. Yeah, I think that's more the most reasonable.
And how are we with? Are we I'm curious to whether we should try and mash things together and walk through some stuff, or because I'm thinking maybe like there's another possible hour. Um, yeah, but how are we feeling? Do we feel like we're in the middle of something and you want to finish it, especially Hedayat? I'm kind of just working on outlining the loans zone, so I've not gone really into.
Generally, the books is done. Just I stuck in the last function, and also there is a new one I'm gonna implement. But generally, it was done. But I'm gonna share my screen and ask question for Gilim. So the function that let me share my screen here. The actually here, Gilim, that the function you mentioned here, but it is, I read the documentation. It is returning a result based on some address, but here we don't have any address. We are asking for the get my book.
Right. So here is, I think this is what Victor was referring to as well. So here, the only way to list books from without having any kind of address here is to have a link from the owner of a book to every book he or she owns, and let that be inside the breakbook function.
So I cannot hear you very well.
Oh, okay.
It means internet connection problem. I don't know. It is my side or your side.
Okay. Actually, my computer is getting a little overwhelmed, I think.
Maybe that's streaming.
Right now it is good. I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can go through it. So the thing is that there needs to be a link between the owner of a book, its agent address, right, and the books he or she owns, in order to retrieve all the books. So in this sense, this base address should be your agent address, and that can be imported.
It's supposed to be that one, yeah. It means the get my book. I'm supposed to send my address to this book.
No, actually, the address is directly can be imported from the HDK. So if you go HDK, use HDK on the top part, use HDK, and in here you can see the imports, use HDK, and inside you put agent address, all uppercase, agent address, all uppercase.
Agent address.
Yeah, and agent underscore address.
And agent underscore.
Oh no, sorry. So like this. I'm sending you in the chat. Like this. And then the way to define a link from the agent address itself, I think it's better described on the GitHub example. Let me just get that. So blog, and I think the posts. Right. So I'll share my screen.
Yeah, but
So if you see here, this is the example in the Holochain Rust repository, right? So we are defining here a post, and then we are defining links from the agent ID. And we this is like the only special type of entry in Holochain, because Holochain actually creates an entry for every agent on the boot process. So you can refer to it with this percentage. I don't know how that's called, but in this way you are saying, okay, I'm linking from this agent address to the whatever, in this case a post. So in our case it should be this name book, right? And we should define a link from the same agent ID to post. So this example works well.
So it means, but the link, we are going to link book with what? With which object? With the, because here there is a book, there is a post with the author, yes?
Right. So we are going to link the book with the agent address, so with the owner.
With the owner. Okay.
Right. Right. And then get my books returns all the books that have links from the owner, that's you, to any books. So that's get my books.
So let me clear something, because till now I was thinking link, actually it was, if I'm gonna explain, it is such sort of a one-to-many relation or something like that, that we can connect the object, you know. But right now, if any book entry that we are saving has the owner address as the address, why do we need any link?
Because of searching. So querying, not searching, sorry, querying. So querying the DHT is actually, if you don't have links, it's borderline impossible. So in order to get all the books which have you as the book owner, right? So what you would have to do is get all the book entries and filter them.
Okay.
And getting all the book entries from all the nodes, it's very costly. So it's like it's going to every one of the millions of possible nodes that are in the entry and asking each one of them. With the links, we can, in 3 or 4 requests or hops, get all the links, all the books entries that we care about.
In architecture, what is the difference between right now links and books? Because also links, it is just the entry. So with a different field that it is telling your agent, Andre, and the books. And also it is distributing. What is the difference is query that it is faster?
Right. So the link is a special type of entry. So you know that in the DHT, every entry is stored on the closest agent hash. Right. So if you have a book that starts with 1 to 3, it's going to be stored on the agent that's 1 to 4. The thing about links is that they are stored not on the hash of the whole link, but on the hash of the base address. Okay, so in that way, for example, let's say in this example, you have a lot of links from an author to many books, right? The books entries are scattered all around the DHT, right? So there's no way we can retrieve all of them and filter them through. But the other way around, if you go looking for links, the links entries are gonna be in the base from the indexed by the base address, let's say. And if that base address is the agent address, I can just go and ask that one node, give me all the links to all the books in the DHT. You are storing, because I know that since this is a special link entry, you will be storing not by the hash of the whole link entry, but only by the base address. I think that's the best explanation I can give. Otherwise, I have to like take out the paint and start drawing. If you want me to do that, I can do it.
No, it is okay. I will try to. I will also try to investigate on myself. Okay, thank you. But I got the point right now that we need to create a mostly link to find it easier. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, can I maybe thinking it's now 5, and I would really like to see if we can put some things together and see if we can you know, walk through a little bit. I don't know how you feel about that.
For me, it is who shared the screen? Gillian share.
Yeah. Me. Sorry.
It is generally for my side. So can you see my screen? It is. I'm here.
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah, actually, I created a module. This module is a book with a definition and a business rule that when the book entry is coming, the name shouldn't be empty or not, author, gender, a name. So, and also in the lib, there are different functions here. So the definition is coming here that I put it in the book module here. So, and also these functions, they are okay till now. And that we were talking about this topic right now. And after this one, after finishing this one as a get my book, it's supposed to be, I think, get my books. And then another one about the linking that Gilim already added, the new one. It's gonna be here. Get my books and get owner. Yes, you added here.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be. Where are they? It should be here, and also I need to add. Hello. Hello. What happened? And also I need to add a link here. That's all for the book. I need to add a link here.
Right. So from my part, I feel like I'm in the middle of having some sort of basic UI. So maybe 20 minutes more, and I can have something working that connects to REST.
Okay, let's try 20 minutes more, and then we can regroup and see where we are.
Okay.